She's also a well-known after-dinner speaker and a comedian, and a member of the Women's Speakers Agency, which is the UK and Europe's only dedicated source for outstanding women speakers. Linda's after-dinner speaking career began in 1994, and since then she hasn't looked back. We are very lucky to have her company this evening as she teaches opera, oh no, it's not opera, or music, or it doesn't matter, at the Royal Scottish Academy of Music and Drama, and is often seen cruising on the high seas, entertaining the passengers. Linda's name was given to me by Robbie Glenn, her mixed foursomes partner. Some of you may know him. He is a former governor of Cortonvale Ladies Prison. I hasten to add that this is not where they got to know Linda. Linda, the stage is yours.
Captain Christine, ladies, thank you. That's marvellous. And I was just thinking that I could have listened to Christine all night, and for a minute I thought I might have to. Oh dear. I don't know why you booked me. You were doing really well on your own. Anyway, thank you very much for your kind. I've laughed so much, I'm a horse. For your kind invitation to help me celebrate the centenary of your association. A wonderful achievement, you know, starting it way back then in a male-dominated golfing world. That it must have been like in 1909, well I suppose in some cases it's still like that in 2009, and when possibly the apocryphal acronym of golf, which of course is gentlemen only, ladies forbidden, might have been rather nearer the mark then. I did a little bit of research. I want to see what was happening in 1909 when this started up. The dashing film star Errol Flynn and golfing legend Henry Longhurst were both born in 1909. Joan of Arc was declared a saint. That was a wee bit after her time, of course. Wonder if she played golf. Probably she didn't have that time at that. Then the Old Age Pensions Act came into force. Yippee! And this is a very interesting one. Alice Ramsey became the first woman to drive from right across the coast, from coast to coast in America. There were 3 companions, and it said none of whom could drive. In fact, I don't think she had a license either. And it took them 59 days to go from Manhattan to San Francisco. In the golfing world, Edinburgh-born Dorothy Campbell became the first woman to win both the US and the British Amateur Championship. And I found a wonderful photo of her on the internet in a very, very neat, tight-fitting suit with a long skirt and a very natty hat with club in hand. I'm sorry they've given away that, you know, that we don't wear those kind of hats anymore. But of course, most importantly, in 1909, the Renfrewshire Ladies County Golf Association was founded. There were songs. I looked up what songs, you know, being a kind of singer, I thought, what songs were around. There was By the Light of the Silvery Moon, oh, I do like to be beside the seaside, I wonder who's kissing her now. Let's all go down the Strand. Yes, you can join in if you want. And this one, I'm sure, which is on the tip of your, your musical memory, When Father Papered the Parlour. I don't know the tune of that one, but when Christine was saying about, you know, that I got an OBE for services to opera. This was in 2001, and I have a story that when I went down to get the OBE, I went to Buckingham Palace, and if any of you have had the privilege of being there, either getting an honour or being with people, it's in the ballroom of Buckingham Palace, which is, you know, wonderful, you know, ornate, huge room. and you're announced, the stentorian voice announces you. You're told what to do, you go forward, meet the Queen, you know, and when she shakes your hand, that's your cue to back off and go away. And you're waiting at the side of the entrance into the ballroom, and this voice, for me, would say, Linda Ormiston, for services to opera. You know, fine, wonderful. And the woman I was waiting there, you know, quite apprehensive and a bit nervous, and the woman in front of me, whom I hadn't spoken to up till then, and I was waiting to go on, thought, yes, so, and the stentorian voice came out and said, can't remember her name, let's say, Janet Smith, for services to incontinence. And I thought, so of course that was it, that was all I could think of, you know, called forward to meet the Queen, spoke to me about where I'd been, you know, backed off, went away around, and of course I ended up sitting with, you know, you end up sitting with Janet Smith here, you know, and I was like, what do you do? And she was a physiotherapist, and I thought, why didn't they say for services to physiotherapy? But anyway, they said for services to incontinence. And so what she does, I run a clinic in the Lake District for exercises to, you know, to help me. And then she said to me, you're a singer, aren't you? And I said, yes. Have you had any children? I said, no. Oh, well, your muscles will be working all right, you'll be fine. Because the thing is, you see, you either have to do my exercises, or you have to have an operation, or you leak. And this was all in the ballroom. It was so incongruous in the ballroom of Buckingham Palace. And of course, it begged the question, which I had to ask, what did you speak to the Queen about? And she said, oh, she told the Queen all about her exercises, and thought it would be a good idea if her mother did them at that point. So, yes, it's amazing, you know, in just normal kind of everyday situations, what you find to laugh at. You know, it is important to be able to laugh in these days of credit crunch, recession, bank meltdown, unemployment. I mean, where would we be without laughter? Well, probably in Edinburgh, I would think. Especially at the moment if you were trying to go up Princess Street. And you know, ladies, the start of a speech, you know, it's very important to grab the audience's attention. I always say it's a bit like the beginning of life. You know, I wouldn't say that I was a bonny baby. In fact, after I was born, the nurse slapped my mother. And I was actually born by caesarean section. That is actually true. It's made no difference to me in later life, but I do always try and leave a house by the window. And as you can see, if we all laugh together, it'll probably take a wee bit quicker. As you see, I'm no stranger to a fish supper. But do you know that inside every fat woman, there is a thin woman who's got lots of room? I've been on a diet. I mean, who hasn't been on a diet recently? The best one I found, I got one a couple of weeks ago. It's a whiskey diet. 1 week, I managed to lose 3 days. And of course, as you can see, I am winning the battle against anorexia. Have you noticed that generally speaking, it's single girls who are slim and married ones who are fat? Now that's because when a single girl comes home late at night, she looks in the fridge, finds nothing she fancies, goes straight to bed. If she's married, she comes home late at night, looks in the bed, and goes straight to the fridge.